shocks me when people use the most inefficient ways possible to complete their work. And it doesn't matter what it is. People want to do work the old-fashioned way, the way it's always been done. And the worst part is they want to boast to you about how their way is so noble. They want to boast to you about grabbing the innermost part of the wrench. You think about turning bolts or something like that, and you're using a wrench to turn it. If you want the most force out of your wrench, everyone knows this, but you grip the farthest away from the axis that you can. Why? Because the further away you get, the more the force you put out is multiplied. You grip at the end of the wrench so you can get the best leverage. There are ways for you to get the best leverage possible in your work. There are plenty of ways. For whatever your industry is, whatever your job is, those ways exist. You just have to go research, look them up, and apply them. But people around you are going to constantly talk. They're going to constantly boast about how they grip right in the middle of the wrench or right near the thing they're trying to turn using inefficient effort, losing their effort, wasting their effort when they don't have to be. A lot of Christians do the same thing as well. Boast about taking the hard road for no reason. Not that the hard road isn't important, not that we shouldn't train, not that we shouldn't exercise our self-controlled discipline and try to improve ourselves, but to arbitrarily take the high road and then justify yourself, try to make yourself moral for taking that high road is non-productive, to say the least. Not only that, but it's bad advice to people who aren't interested in that kind of living. You can't advertise to people a Christian lifestyle that requires massive discipline and then also make it sound much more hard than it needs to be. There are ways to leverage your natural ability and give yourselves advantages. Now, I know this is broad and vague, and we're not getting into specifics, which I like to do because this is a foundational concept. There are things, there are tasks, there are ways we work that can be either hyper-efficient or an absolute waste of time. Most Christians want you to take the path of an absolute waste of time. What you need to do is find a way to leverage your efforts, whether it's in your Christian walk, in your work, your physical training, your hobbies, whatever it is. There are ways to get where you want to go faster than simply by taking the hard way. If you're wanting to learn a musical instrument, the hard way is to try to teach yourself from a book or something. A way to get a little better leverage is to watch a video online. An even better way is to get someone who's already mastered the craft to teach you. You see the difference there? Low leverage, grasping the middle of the wrench, that's trying to teach yourself from a book. Decent leverage, grasping the middle of the wrench, is watching videos online. But the best way, the way to accelerate the fastest to get the most out of your efforts, is to learn from a master. You can break down any skill, discipline path you want, and it will fall into one of those categories. You can find ways to leverage your own ability, get to where you want to go faster. So you need to be aware of those on the outside or on the inside, wherever they are near you, who are moralizing the position of taking the hard road. They're moralizing the teach yourself the hard way, take 1,000 years to learn it method. Ignore those people. Discover the best, highest leverage, fastest ways to get to where it is you want to go. And let that be a foundational piece of your philosophy.